Welcome, welcome. Great to have you here again. It's Dr. Harada with this week's health tip. So we have been spending a lot of time with understanding the relationship of the electron, the neutron, Einstein's law, and how the energies work with the mass and the speed of light, and how we are influencers in our society, and we are observers of what we expect to see. Now, let's continue this discussion. Because as we talk about E equals mc squared, E stands for energy. So what is that energy? Can you define it? What are the frequencies of it? And how does it respond? And how does it relate to the matter? Well, let's talk about this. Is emotion and energy? How about mental and thoughts? Are there energies and frequencies related with thoughts? Get this. There are even frequencies and energies related with letters and words, with numbers and with combinations. All of these things carry energies and frequencies. In fact, may I go so far as to say this is how everything interacts in our physical world for every healing modality, including at the very base nature of the chemistry and the frequency of each atom, because that becomes a frequency and an energy and a wavelength. The energy of each atom and each element on the periodic table. And that's been studied in physics to actually then turn into resonance frequencies. And we're going to have a big discussion on that coming up as well, to expand on the understanding in these resonance frequencies and how everything comes into the healing frequencies, because even the very organs and tissues, the blood cells, the brain cells, every cell in the body, also because of its chemistry and the formula, the chemistry in its makeup, and the frequencies and the combinations of each of those variations in how much carbon, how much hydrogen, how much calcium, how much helium, how much oxygen, how much carbon, because those then combine to make up the cellular formation or the elemental then recipe for that cell, which gives it its very color, because colors are frequencies, its very smell, because smells are frequencies to the nose, colors are frequencies to the eye, pitch and tone are frequencies to the ear, all of our senses based on these. Incredible as we begin to expand that and connect it and begin to understand it better. It's amazing how all of these energies and frequencies come together to then influence the mass and the structure and the physical design, because it can be based upon and is based upon our intentions of what we expect to see as the observer in quantum physics, and it all fits together into the law of attraction, the laws of generation. And today, let's go into a little bit more on the frequencies and energies of emotion. So, as we look at this chart here, see there's higher and lower. So, higher and lower frequencies, with higher and lower frequencies depending on which emotion. So on this chart, fear, lust, anger, those are all lower in frequency, whereas freedom, love, bliss, appreciation, those are all higher in frequency energies. Now imagine this. People who have a lower frequency and energy because they are wrapped up and programmed in conditioning themselves in fear, anxiety, frustration, anger, depression, grief, loss, disappointment, dishonesty, distrust. The list goes on, including guilt and shame, sadness, sorrow, loss, grief. It's the gamut of all of these energies, and they have a tendency to lower our energy frequency. Now get this, cancer only survives in a lower frequency tissue. A healthy tissue at a higher level, at a higher frequency, is healthy and isn't even in the space for disease degeneration. Where do bacteria and virus fit in on that spectrum? Lower frequencies. That's why the immune system is also affected, as is in extreme cases cancer. When you lower the frequency and decrease the frequency, what does that happen to the organization and function of the cell? Well, it decreases as well. The organization pattern, because for anything to be more organized requires a greater energy to it. You look, how much work, how much energy goes into putting together a house? And it continues to require energy being put in to maintain it as a structure, as an organization. Our body is no different than that, and our body is very, very similar to that as we put food and what kinds of food and what kinds of energies are in food. When a person wants to be and has a higher level of energy and health, do you drink more water? Is that automatically easier? Do you eat less sugar? Is that automatically easier? Do you want more vegetables and more fruits? Is that easier when you're at a higher elevation in frequency and in energy? And do lower energies and lower states, isn't it amazing how the lower energy state foods are also easier to consume? And it doesn't matter if it's Doritos, Cheetos, pizza, or pizza bites, or prepared foods in the frozen section. Not only are they quicker and easier, but they're also less healthy, less frequency energy foods as well. I find that to be very, very interesting as we talk about this scale just of frequencies and energies in emotion. And let's talk about how that also fits into the law of attraction and the law of generation. Can you see how higher energy states, higher energy levels have then higher organization pattern to the body, and it also attracts higher energy foods that are more organized, that have greater energy output to be put into the body, more nutrition, more vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all of the things that help the body cleanse and clear itself of poisons, chemicals, and toxins? That's pretty amazing how all of that fits together, isn't it? And again, it all fits into this law of attraction, these entanglements and the frequencies, because we get entangled and now we are attracting. So here's the deal also, when we are holding on to lower energy frequencies, it's not a matter of trying to avoid them. It's not a matter of trying to push them away. Actually, the best way to really process and come to terms, it's called reconciliation. We reconcile those energies because we actually go into them and we understand them and we look at them for what they are, and we look at ourselves for who we are as beings of light, beings in energy, spiritual energy that has a high level of organization. And then we begin to recognize and begin to expand the energies that are already there in us, because it's already there. It's discovering and uncovering that energy, then allowing that energy to come out and blossom, almost, if you will, as a flower goes into its dormant stage and closes up, but then a flower opens up as its energy is then made aware, and its energy is made manifest, and it becomes this beautiful flower. And as it continues to open that up and blossom, it's absolutely beautiful. We do that in our own souls, in the energies in gratitude and unconditional love. And we begin to let go of judgment and criticism. We begin to let go of the duality and the opposition in all things. We begin to literally function as an energy in spirit, as an energy in its natural capability. Goodness gracious, this 10 minutes went so fast today. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. Like, love, share, comment. I look forward to having you think about and process this deeper as each one of these videos go deeper into this. Process them each week. And I'm so looking forward to seeing and hearing your comments and discussing this with you at a greater level. Have a fantastic week. I love you. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.